audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 3, 1, go. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, diction medicine specialist.
You sound remarkably in good spirits.
No, really?
Yeah. No, it's certainly no worse than last night.
I'm relieved. Allie probably doesn't know, but today I had a cyst removed from my ovaries. No,
Really?
I had a tooth removed.
Really?
Yeah. It's good times.
They couldn't save it.
No, they couldn't save it.
They tried. We've heard about this for quite some years.
Yeah, they saved one of mine. One of mine should have gone in the back.
Let's
They did.
introduce our guest before we...
Allie Landry is here, everybody. Spy TV.
Hi.
NBC, 9:30. Tonight.
8.
It says 9:30 right here.
Well, tonight, the schedule's all crazy right now. I didn't even know it was on tonight. But usually it's Tuesdays at 8. But I guess it came on, I don't know.
It says it airs Mondays at 9:30 on NBC.
At 8.
All right.
Tuesday.
Tuesdays at 8.
Yeah.
And I think just tonight
Settle down.
it was, I know, I'm like, do you guys know more than I do? I think tonight was, I didn't even know it was airing tonight. I was just caught it.
Don't stop.
All right.
It
Stop.
aired
I'm
after
done.
Fear Factor. Okay, but
I'm done.
usually Tuesdays at
Follows
8.
Fear Factor.
No, because that's Monday night, so it'd be Tuesdays at 8.
Okay.
Drew, quiet down.
Tuesday's great.
We'll get it straight.
Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock NBC,
There,
right?
let's stick to that one.
Yeah. I've seen all the commercials. I actually saw the show last week, too. It's good stuff. I mean, how can you not watch when there's some 600-pound morbidly obese valet Parker who's stuck in somebody's car and everyone's trying to yank him out? And
He was
Allie,
so
you got a good
cute.
job. You just look good at center stage, right? And throw it to the cast of idiots who are
I wish
risking
I was
life and limb.
involved, though.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Mm-mm.
Then I could be like Jamie Kennedy.
No,
you
you
know?
don't. No, you don't, because then you'd be there all day and you'd get blamed when stuff didn't work out, and you'd be in some parking lot all day long and nobody would sign a release. You'd have some great person who pulled the parking valet out by his nuts, and it was great. It was magic, but the person wouldn't sign the release. It'd suck. You get a nice paycheck. You stand there,
Stick to what I'm doing.
read them cue cards, and throw it.
Read my prompter and go.
Yeah, I mean, what's your schedule on that show?
How many days did you film?
I did them all in 4 days.
4 days.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're asking to
In
do...
and out. But it would be fun, I think.
It'd be fun for
It'd be
10. It'd be
fun.
fun for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes. No, I think it'd be kind of fun.
I'm telling you, Drew. We talk about this all the time. This whole like sort of, I'm the boss or I'm the creative backbone of the show or I'm the spirit of the show. It's great in theory, but when you're actually having to be
do
in some
it.
town in Nevada at 6 a.m. because it's illegal to do whatever you're trying to do here in
right.
L.A.
Yeah, they
and
shot
nobody
him.
will sign and no one will show up and it starts raining and everyone's pissed off. No.
Not
No,
good?
better to do what you do. You get credit for it anyway. I mean, I'm sure everyone doesn't think it's your
Yeah.
idea, but what I mean is they associate you with the show. The
Right,
show's
they
funny.
do.
They go, hey, that
You're
was
the
funny.
messenger,
Yeah,
it's
but I
nice.
think it would be good for other things. I think it'd be good like for my acting and for all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Because people could see me like doing characters and not just like the Doritos girl or something.
Why don't you
Well,
ask to do...
Listen, what do you care? You're a hot chick. You're laughing all the way
but they're
to the
gonna
bank.
they're
you
going to
got a
recognize
easy
you,
payday.
too. So you can't really
Maybe
do that.
not. You know,
I
if
beg
they're
your
if
pardon?
they're good.
Oh, I mean, you want to go out. You
As
want to put
somebody
on
else.
like
They can
a
disguise.
Yeah.
put on like a
Yeah,
goatee
like,
and an
yeah.
eye patch.
and crazy stuff, and then go and do the things. I think that'd be cool. I don't maybe have to do
Well,
all
tell
of
the-
them.
tell
Maybe
the-
I
tell
could
the
do a few.
producer.
Tell
Well,
the
they already
producer.
told me that
It's coming.
next season.
There you go.
They're just telling. That's producer talk for shut up. They tell their
I
kids
didn't even
that.
ask. I didn't ask.
Dad,
They
I
told
want to
me
go to Disneyland next season.
next season.
Well, let's see if we get the pickup.
next year. No, it's doing well, so I think we will get the pickup.
Yeah, you can't turn that kind of stuff off. And speaking of the Jamie Kennedy experiment, there's one thing that I find funny on that show that I didn't notice. Jamie came on the show and plugged it, and it's a good show and it's a funny show, and he's real good in it and everything. But there's this little tagline that they do when someone's been busted, sort of like "Smile, you're on candid camera,"
Right.
and it's sort of like you've been had or you've been on the Jamie Kennedy experiment or something. But the problem is everyone they talk to doesn't know the show. Most of them were taped before the show was on the air. And then the other half
like,
hasn't
what?
seen it because it's on Channel 13 on Sunday night. So they go, "You've been Jamerized." And the person always goes, "Huh?
What?
What the F?" And they have to explain it. And it's like, "Hey, fellas, why are you doing that?"
You know,
You
it's
look,
like a kid camera show or
it makes you look dumb. Yeah, like, what if you just said, "You're on my show"?
Yeah,
and
that's not good. That's not a good thing.
But to have the person go, "Huh? What? What are you
Jamie
talking
Kennedy?
about? Who's
What?
that?
Who's that?
That hack?
What happened
I
to
remember him. Wasn't he in some movie like 8 years ago? What happened to that dude?" Yeah, you don't want that. So you don't have that on your show.
Well,
Do you?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking. Last season, when they said Spy TV, people probably didn't know really what that was.
But at least Spy TV
It's like,
sort
you
of,
know, Spy TV, Spies, TV kind of
Yeah,
thing. They
but
could relate. and
it's one of
figure
those
it out.
words like milkshake. Even if you don't know what a milkshake is, you can get a pretty good feeling for what you're going to drink. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to be
We
goat's
got you.
blood.
We're feeling you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Are you still going out with that? Are you married to Mario Lopez? Is that
No rings.
No ring. Yeah. You know what you need?
Not married.
You want to get a ring from him?
Huh?
You want him to ask, right? He's not asking.
Didn't I predict that?
He better
He
start
did.
kissing some ass.
This man right
predicted
here
that.
predicted it,
That what?
I predicted like 3 years ago.
That what?
That they'd get married.
and it still has not
Yeah,
happened.
but they're not married.
I know, they will.
I'm saying he better get on that
I know.
ball.
I know. He's lazy. Get him. Let's get him on the phone.
He's listening.
Listen, Mario, you better get smart. I mean, not only
You
is he-
tell him. You guys
No,
get
this
on
is
him.
it. We waited long enough here. Come on.
Well, yeah, not only that, but I mean, you got a beautiful woman
Whose
here.
stock is going up, Mario.
That's right. And let me tell you how women work, Mario. That
You tell him.
everybody's got a number. You know what I mean? That number's flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Mario's number can go up and it can go down depending on how things are going.
Men's number are very fluid.
That's right. And I'll tell you, Allie Landry's number going up. And eventually, if it gets more than 2 or 3 numbers away from your number, you're screwed.
It's game over.
That's right. Marry that woman. Yeah, I'll get you a ring.
You're on the mission.
Yeah. Mandy,
Hi.
you're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
I can't have orgasms from sex. Ever, no matter what we do. I've been with my husband. Well, we've been married for almost a year, but we've been together for 2 years, and we've tried like a million different things, and nothing works.
Yeah, oral sex, right?
That works. I get orgasms from that. And
All right. Well,
masturbating.
that's about all.
That's pretty good.
That's already what most women experience right there.
You're ahead of the game at 19.
At 19, that's way ahead of the game.
Oh, really?
They expect to have orgasm during intercourse is a little unrealistic at your age. It
Oh,
happens,
really?
but for many women it doesn't.
Oh.
Is it an age thing? I didn't know that.
At 18 to 22, things are barely kind of operating that way.
I
for
just
many
thought I
women,
was totally
no.
missing something.
No. And for many, and nearly most, they never have orgasm during intercourse.
But it's sort of like your bladder. As you get a little older, you lose that bladder control. You also lose your orgasm control. Stuff just starts coming out of you
Orgasm drop out.
more easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything comes
Bide your
out of
time.
everything comes out more easily.
Your testosterone levels start climbing, estrogen goes down, and you learn to master your own physiology a little more. And
Yeah.
it all sort of more conducive to that stuff.
You're all right, though, right? He has sex with you for a while, and then he comes in and mops up, right? You have your orgasm, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Last night you went insane about junk mail.
Yeah.
Did you take care of that today, by the way?
No, I didn't.
The junk mail. We had a 2-hour show on junk mail last
You don't
night.
throw it out as soon as you get it?
I do, but I request
Not to have it at
not
all.
to have it, and the answer is no to that, and I find that unacceptable.
Why is that, do you think? Do you like order things on...
No, he has 2 houses, and one of the houses he checks the mail every 2 weeks. And the mailbox is exploding.
Right.
Yeah. Well, why do I get so much junk mail?
Yeah.
Well, a couple things. Yeah, if you,
You
own
order from catalogs.
If you own, no, I don't order from catalogs, but if you own a home, you get tons of junk mail.
Right.
And
it.
it's enough, and then the local whatever markets and stores and all that kind of stuff. My feeling is it's so wasteful. It goes, right, I peel it out of the mailbox, I throw it right in the recycling bin. I just don't want it. And I think we're living in a country where I should be able to say,
I don't want it.
I don't want any junk mail, and they won't give it to me. Because you know what? If not, the terrorists win.
Well, speaking of terrorists, I heard about a new kind of junk hassle that's going on. sort of junk pages, junk phone calls.
Yeah.
Where people like page you to a phone number and you call in and it's an advertisement for something.
Oh, really? Well, if you have a pager, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a pager.
Yeah. The one I recently heard about is a 212 number. You call it. Do you have a recording of this thing? No, unfortunately.
No, it's all.
No, it's an ad for crank yankers.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you mean, yeah? That's insane.
That's great.
I want to stop that.
Thank God.
Heck, I mean, junk mail is okay, but junk phone calls, junk pages, for God's sakes, if my thing goes off, I figure it's an emergency.
Oh,
Now, how do they get
Crank
these numbers?
yankers.
I don't know. We probably just did that to you, Drew. That's all.
It happened to my friend, and he was furious. He won't watch the show now.
I should talk to Comedy Central about that because, yeah, it tends to anger people, I would imagine.
Yes.
And he called 212, and now he has to pay the bill for it.
The 4 cents.
Really? Wow.
It's actually 9 cents.
9 cents.
All right, I'm gonna talk to the folks at the
junk
Comedy Central
pages, junk calls,
department.
junk mail.
I want to go to Hawaii.
Yay! Yay!
Unacceptable.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I just replaced a $32 ink cartridge in my fax machine because
fax
all I
me
get
junk.
is junk. Timeshare
They
in
just
San
started
Luis
doing it to me.
Obispo. I know. Wait, let's all kill ourselves.
That's crazy.
Or do something. We need to move on an island. The three of us. Screw that
With
Mario.
no junk mail.
That's right.
Mario's number's dropping so fast.
Yeah, that's right. Jasmine, you're 18? What's up?
Okay. This is really embarrassing, but I wanted to know the problems of anal sex, if there is any.
The problems?
Yeah.
I mean, just what are all the potential problems? Well, you can get you get sexually transmitted diseases, right?
No, like potential, like does it like disturb anything inside of there?
Yeah, you can tear and get hemorrhoids and fissures and all kinds of lovely things. Have trouble with incontinence ultimately.
Well,
things can happen.
Yeah, there's risk in
Yeah.
every pleasure.
So it should be avoided at all.
No, I didn't say that. You said
All
what
costs.
are the potential risks? And there
Well,
are
are you trying to not engage in this with your boyfriend?
No, I want to, but
You want to?
yeah, I heard something like you shouldn't, like if you're doing it from the front, like you shouldn't go to the back or the other way. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you shouldn't drag the material
I think it's the other way.
into your vagina if you can help it. That'll cause an infection.
Oh, okay, and I don't know if you guys have. I'm really sorry, but can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Okay. I do it doggy style like quite a few times, and there's some times where I sort of feel like I have to urinate. Is that like I go to the bathroom before and after? The doctors tell me to do that, but
Who told you to do that?
Dodgers. The Dodgers told me to do that.
Padres didn't. You're calling from San Diego. Shouldn't the Padres have told you to do that?
Listen, are you saying you have an urge to urinate after you're all done, or when you orgasm you feel like you're going to lose your bladder control?
No, I don't know if it's exactly urinate. It just feels like.
No, but no. Listen to my question.
She's in that position, where she's.
So it's during sex you feel the urge to urinate.
Not in some. I don't know if it's exactly urinate. It just.
Hang on.
You just said it, honey. You said it 2 minutes ago that you had the urge to urinate when you were engaging in sex in that position.
Yeah, but sometimes.
All right, so just stick with that.
Sometimes it confuses me. Like sometimes it just hurts a little. Sometimes it just.
But it's during the act. It's not later.
It's during. Yeah.
All right. That's a normal
Idiots.
thing.
I hate all our callers. Because listen, here's what they say. They tell you their question, and then when you repeat it back to them, it's like, oh, I'm not going to get cornered by the man.
Changing their
Listen,
mind.
you screwball. That's what you said. I swear to Christ, if they're going to a break place, they'd go, the left side pulls to the left a little and squeals. So you're saying when you apply the brake, it pulls to the left and squeals? Well, not all the time. Stop defending your own goddamn question. It was your question.
The tooth is affecting you.
No. He's much kinder when Vicodin.
I took my...
Your Ativan?
I took my Ativan. I took my Vicodin.
Oh,
I took
my
everything with an N
gosh.
on the end of it. It was great. And it was funny. The dentist office didn't want to let me...
Drive home.
Drive.
Yeah, they're having a little problem. Well, they didn't trust me.
Well.
They were like,
you should.
so who's picking you up? I'm like, my buddy Chris. He's down the street, Oh, well, so where is he? Well, he's right around the corner, so I'm just going to walk over to his house. He needs to come get you here.
Now.
I said, Well, I just walk over to his house,
What
you
did
know.
they think you were going to do?
They thought I was going to hop my car and get out.
Like you did.
Like I did. So I stood in the waiting room, and I was like, all right. I got on the cell phone. I was like, hey,
Pretending.
Chris. You know, that's what I love about guys. They're pissed. What? Are you high? A little bit. Can you come pick me up? All right. So, I don't need you to pick me up. Just make an appearance. So he shows up. But they won't
How
let me.
How far is he from the office?
He's just a couple blocks.
Okay.
I picked a friend that I knew was close by.
Oh, that's nice.
And but they
Convenient.
wouldn't let me wait in the waiting room. I had to go in the other room. They were scared I was going
Like in the office, like in one of the
I had to go
rooms?
back into the room I was traumatized in. Much like an old Jew going back to Nuremberg. Or Auschwitz. Yes. It was very, very traumatizing to go back in the room.
Escaping.
Yeah, they put me in there, and then he showed up, and then he walked me downstairs, and he went like left, and I went right.
Oh,
and went home.
My goodness.
Well,
Man,
listen.
you see, only a guy would do something.
Why? What would a chick do?
She would have her friend take her home.
Chicks are such lightweights. It's incredible. Like, chicks are like... I've had women go like, I had a couple of those Trader Joe's herbal nightcaps and a thimble full of cooking sherry, and I can't walk. And I always go, you are so lucky. Do you understand? And then women seriously have half a glass of red wine, and you just pass out in the entry hall of the house.
Right.
Must be nice.
Well,
does that happen to you?
I can take a few sips of a drink, and I'm, woo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That is nice.
Loopy.
What a way to be. And if you have like one Tylenol PM, you're like knocked out.
It's kind of sometimes knocked out, but then wake up.
Sometimes it whips you the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Which is horrible.
I know. That I don't know what's wrong in the design of those drugs, but if they don't knock you down, you're up.
Exactly. But you go down and then you wake up with a lot of energy. Then you can't go back to sleep.
Benny?
Yeah.
You're 26?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I have this girlfriend that I've been dating for almost 2 years now, and I'd like to propose to her, but I also want to tell her some of my skeletons in my closet. I was abused when I was little.
Sexually abused or physically abused?
Sexually abused.
Repeatedly or just one time?
It was over a summer period.
A summer. How old were you?
I was about 6.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Who did this?
It was a cousin.
All right.
And I'd been engaged previously, and when I told that previous fiancé, a couple of months later we got unengaged, and I don't think it had any relation to me telling her about the abuse, but I'm just wondering if it's a good idea to tell, or should I just not tell at all? I mean, I've been through some therapy. I feel like I got some of it worked out, or most of it, but there's still, I mean, who's not going to have damage from that, you know?
Maybe this is why Mario hasn't proposed.
He doesn't want to tell her this?
There must be some skeleton in his closet or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to come clean.
Better think about that. Yeah. Think about
I would
that
want him to
tonight.
come clean.
You would? No, you
Yes.
say
Why?
you would, but
Why?
you don't.
Like if I was in it, I'd want to know.
Why?
No.
Because this wasn't his fault, and I'd want to be able to support him and help him through whatever he needs to get through.
No.
It
Chicks
doesn't
are
work
freaked
like
out
that.
by this
Yeah.
stuff.
Why?
Because you'd say that, and then you'd picture this guy's like penis going in his ass and stuff, and you'd be freaked out. You'd
But
get
no,
high.
but then I'd
Sorry,
picture
Benny,
like a
not your
scared
ass.
little boy like being in this situation, and it would just make me like just want to.
Ooh, you codependent.
Yeah, you'd want to hug for about 10 minutes, and then it'd be like
Nurture.
damaged goods. You'd be weirded out after
No,
that.
I think I'd feel closer to him.
Oh boy. So did you want to be a nurse?
Hold on.
I'm a nurturer, very much.
Did you want to be a nurse in your
No.
previous life?
I was raped by bikers repeatedly from 12 to 29. 4 to 29. Just FYI, Al.
To 29.
It was
See,
a long
then
rape.
It's like
No, it's not interested.
consensual.
4 until 6.
4 to 6. 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
You were a little boy.
Yeah, I'm traumatized. I had my youth
Right.
taken away from me. Maybe you can help restore.
Now he's a
it.
mass murderer.
No, I'm not. Benny?
Yeah.
I would not tell her.
Why?
Well, let's hear his point of view.
I'll tell you why. Because as a guy, I'm trying to think. See, if this is a big part of your personality and you're acting out in ways that need an explanation, then I would tell her. Do you understand?
I understand.
But if it's between you and your therapist sort of thing, then you just have the potential to sort of freak her out a little bit. or give her a little bit of baggage.
Why don't you just stay in therapy, make a commitment to stay with it for a while, and if that person thinks you ought to talk
Yeah,
to
why
her-
don't you discuss this with your therapist and figure out what you want to do and
Well,
how important it
therapists
is
don't
to
have
you.
liberal views like you guys do, so that's why
Who doesn't?
They don't have liberal views? What do you mean?
I feel like my therapist maybe is a little bit too conservative,
And
so
what did
I just wanted another opinion.
Well, what does your therapist tell you?
Well, we haven't really got to that point, and I haven't been in therapy for a while because it's the end of the summer. I go to school right now, and so I'm summer working. So.
All right.
All right, so what's your therapist have to...
All right.
Well, my therapist, well, we haven't got to that point yet.
Okay, so what's your point then?
Well,
I mean, we just
wanna
told
know
you...
if it's if I should, talk about it with.
Do you have problems functioning sexually with her?
No, we're celibate.
Okay.
You're celibate.
So, is that a problem? You're celibate.
No.
Why?
It's a religious thing.
Okay. What are you?
So there may yet be a problem.
Mormon.
Oh, man, that's enough. That's more abuse than the actual molestation growing up with that nonsense. Oh, boy. You got a full skillet of crap there to cook over the stove. All right, forget about that Mormonism and go talk to a therapist and figure this out. Take it slow. You don't have to make any proclamations or declarations in the next few weeks. That's tough. He's got to talk with his therapist. Allie doesn't like... Allie, you feel like that's lying? That would be deceitful in the relationship?
No, I don't feel like it's lying because it's something that's, personal to him that he's had to go through. And I agree that it has to be right for him.
It's going to come
But
out.
he's thinking about it, and I think it's
Yes.
going to come out sooner or later.
Yeah.
True.
And if he's feeling like he needs to tell her to get it off his shoulders.
Well,
I'll tell you though,
he doesn't want her. He doesn't want her
to be
blaming
rejected and to be rejected in the whole thing. Right?
I think women are freaked about same-sex male encounters of the past. I know when Drew had to tell his wife about banging his dorm mate all those years.
That was my first fiance. Drew freaked out and left the country.
Oh, that's right. She killed herself. No. What I'm saying is most women get a little weird, even if obviously it's not consensual. This kid was young, his cousin was young and all that. But women traditionally get a little weird about hearing about their man with another man.
Understand.
They get a little grossed
as
out.
compared to a guy hearing about his female partner with another woman.
Yeah, that can be a turn on. Not if it was, molestation. But yes, if you told your Mario about you being with a cousin when you were younger, a female cousin, it'd be like, oh, that's too bad. But it's not as freaky as it is as if he told you about his male cousin.
I know, but
This guy's
I know it's not his fault, but you can still be freaked out.
This guy's going to have problems functioning sexually too, and so then it's going to come pouring out. And his thing is he wants to exonerate himself of guilt of having
continue therapy,
having her sign on for what he considers to be spoiled goods without giving her an opportunity to say no.
All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Allie Landry's here, Spy TV, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock, NBC. When we come back, we'll speak to Jennifer. She wants to know if there are different types of female orgasms, squirting, G-spot, etc. All right, after this.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Wow, 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 you can go, wow, wow, you can go,
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Allie Landry's our guest tonight. Spy TV.
Spy TV.
8 o'clock.
Tuesday
nights, NBC. And what else? You got like a movie or something coming up? Uh-huh.
Who's your daddy? That's the
Drew.
name of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Confused. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? It's coming out, I think October.
Oh.
And we're going to be doing like this cross-country, all the college campuses, press things. I'm excited.
How's that work, and how come it's not on this page I'm looking at?
I don't know.
All right. Well, what's
one of those screenings where you sit in the? Are you actually?
No, we're going to go. Do that whole. But that's our target audience. So we're going to go and visit.
So this movie's coming out in October?
Yes.
And
Who's Your Daddy?
What's
Yeah.
it about? Who's in it?
It's about it's a big ensemble cast. It's a big. It's about this kid who grows up in the Midwest, and he was adopted. And all he knew about his birth parents was his mother was a stripper and his dad was a bouncer at the strip club.
Oh,
and
yes.
they passed away.
This is Joe Dirt 2.
Goes to L.A. for the reading of the will, and he inherits like the equivalent of a Playboy, Heaven Enterprises.
Ah, I see. Oh, like
And
the
he's
Playboy
the Mac
Mansion
Daddy
area.
of the,
He becomes
Wayne
the-
Newton is his dad, plays the dad.
And
who's passed.
What's your part?
I'm the lead angel, and I'm sort of the mother figure to him and sort of take him through and guides him in the right direction, helps
Man.
him save the company, and
Yeah.
make sure he does the right thing.
You guys have an affair? Do you fall in love?
No.
You know.
No, he's younger than
How
I
old's the
am.
kid?
He's like in high school, and his friends, he's like in the geeky group kind of in high school, so this is like a big thing, and, he kind of pushes away all his friends once he gets to be this big deal, then realizes, that's what's important.
Who's the
It's
kid?
a good story. His name is Brandon Davis. He's on a show called First Monday right now.
First month. That's a new show.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's in October.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
So you're 23. You want to know about the different orgasms?
Yeah, I mean, of course I have good orgasms, but I watch pornos and I see some girls, when they have an orgasm, they like squirt. So, is there like a method to do that, or does that just only typical girl? Different girls have that, or?
That's right.
Different ones have that sometimes.
So, you know what I'm saying, there's only that special person that could
Yes,
have that,
that's
or
a special talent.
right.
So there's
Yeah.
no method
Yes.
in any way that I could have that, or?
No, we don't
No,
know
you-
of any way to
You
bring
have
that
to be
up.
touched by the hand of God, or
Exactly,
possibly
huh?
an uncle.
I thought I
possess
was,
that.
but it hasn't happened yet, so.
All right, we'll keep working at it. Good times.
All right. There you go, there, baby. All right.
Good times.
I love that. What do they expect? Like, oh yeah, listen, there should be a bib in the small of your back that has a little stub out key. You know the kind of key used to turn the gas on in a fireplace?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the small of the back. Sometimes the band of your underpants covers it. If you pull that down, you'll see it clearly on off with the squirt mode. Just go ahead and twist
Turn
that.
it on.
Yeah, no problems there.
It won't work.
What are you, she really gonna give her an answer?
I sure.
They
You gotta
think you guys
squeeze.
know everything.
No, they figure you can rub somewhere or push something. Who knows?
No, it's not a.
Or she wants to hear that it can't happen.
No,
It's
she
impossible.
thinks of it as like a sea anemone or something. Like put your finger in there and push just
Yeah.
at the right place
Right.
and get it in the eye.
Right. Good times.
No such luck.
Tim.
Lord
20.
knows I've tried.
Tim.
Yeah, this question's for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, what's up, Tim?
I'm just curious if chronic ecstasy use causes you to lose certain social skills.
Well, my experience in people that do ecstasy more than about 20 times, they usually are initially very social people who go out a lot. And as this drug use goes on, they start noticing that they don't feel as comfortable in social settings anymore. They start withdrawing. Ultimately, they stop going, and then they start isolating. They start having sort of agoraphobia. They don't want to go outside at all, and then they get depressed.
That's happened to me, and also like when I'd use ecstasy, like as soon as it hit, and I just leave like 15 minutes later.
Yeah, so this is from the brain injury associated with this drug, which is a limbic injury, a destruction of serotonin-producing cells in the brain that is there basically to sustain your mood and to prevent anxiety, and prevent depression, and prevent panic attacks. And when the depletion occurs, those in fact are the symptoms you get.
All right. So yeah.
And can you lose, like, I don't know what to say in like certain situations. Like, I'll mean to say like, oh, that was really good, but then I'll say like,
Well,
oh, that's good.
Not so much word finding, but
Sarcastic.
memory problems sometimes. And again, it's that you're freaking out about the fact that you're anxious about
Yeah.
expressing yourself, and it's more the anxiety that tends to be the problem.
You could be dumb too.
No, I'm not dumb.
Oh, okay. All right.
And once you lose those things, they're gone.
Well, what I just described, it usually gets a little better, particularly the anxiety and the agoraphobia and stuff, but the depression can persist forever.
Allie, you don't strike me as someone who's taken a lot of drugs in your
No.
life.
I don't know anything about any of this.
She's
stuff.
never had coffee.
No, I have coffee in the morning.
Okay.
Half cup.
Oh boy. Alert the media, Drew. Allie Landry takes a sip of caffeine, everybody.
Shocking.
No, I drink coffee.
What's next? Cappuccino?
No.
I sure hope not. It's time for an intervention, baby. You're out of control. You are such a straight arrow. Jesus. I like that, though.
I am.
It's nice.
You know why he likes that?
Why?
I'd soil you.
There you go.
That's why.
There you go. You got to bring it down.
No, I'll tell you why. A lot of guys like that sort of dirty, naughty, sort of gum chewing, too much lipstick. You know, the chicks that put the liner around the lipstick.
That's real dark.
Yeah, and they're like naughty. They got a nipple piercing and a tat or something. I don't like that. I don't think Drew does either. Do we? We like this sort of fresh, clean look, right?
Mm-hmm.
A good girl.
Yeah, good girl.
Yeah, good girls are good.
Yeah, because when a good girl starts doing bad things,
Then
that's
it's
when
really good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, when a bad girl does bad things,
Then
it's
it's like
of course
expected,
you
like,
have to.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I've seen your resume.
I gotcha.
You have to do this. Yeah. That's right. I'll get you a ring.
Oh, gosh.
Bill,
Let's talk to Bill.
you're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm trying to get my girlfriend to do a threesome with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, is this going to be bad for our relationship?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you care?
Yeah, I do care.
All right.
I do.
Well, then
No,
don't be
it's not
so
good.
don't be
Don't
so
do it?
focused on it.
Yeah. You're living out in Sylmar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shitty town.
That's really worse. What do you say?
Terrible town.
Terrible town?
Terrible.
Okay.
Essie town.
Yeah. That place sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
Listen, you couldn't do any. That's the worst you could do for your relationship is living in that Sylmar. Why don't you get out of there?
Oh, I will.
Yeah, on a gurney. You get out. You got to move.
Where is Silmar?
It's in the valley.
By,
It's just one big crap hole.
Yeah, it's by Magic Mountain.
No, it's not by Magic Mountain.
It's about 15 minutes from Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right, it's that direction.
Yeah. It's by Valencia and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
okay.
Yeah, but it's before all that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Hey,
I have one other question, though.
Yeah. What high school you go to?
Sylmar High?
No.
The
Yeah.
only reason I know Sylmar,
Humanity.
they had that huge earthquake in the early 70s. Remember that?
Yeah. We used to play them in baseball. It was like dangerous driving out there in a
Yeah.
bus. All right, buddy. What is your other question?
This one's actually not really that serious, but what is with your guests, guys? Because you have some ridiculous guests.
Like who?
What are you talking about?
Like crazy vampiresses, comedians that aren't funny,
Right.
etc.
That's the show.
Yeah, but come up with something good. Why am I not a guest?
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Bill, the retard from Sylmar?
No. Listen, Adam.
Listen. You got 17-year-old retard Bill's going to call up and he's going to pull a
Straighten you
Dick
out.
Clark and straighten the show up. I love that. Listen, Adam. Dude. Dude was going to be the next word out of his mouth. Listen, here's the show. We got System of a Down coming up. Of course, Allie Landry tonight. Papa Roach is next week. Newfound Glory's coming up. Matthew Lillard is coming up. We have some good guests. And
Pretty good
sometimes
people.
We have bad guests.
Well, no, we
Yeah.
have. We
And sometimes we have weird
We
guests.
try to mix it up. We try to
Yeah.
have interesting, weird
Give you
people,
guys
too.
a variety.
We have the
go.
crazy vampire chicks.
What happened then?
What's that?
They were crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the vampire chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they wear like the teeth and everything?
Everything.
Oh,
Did
they're
they come
just-
here decked?
They were just a mess.
What did like you say?
They were just a mess. All right.
They were not bad people. They're
Hey,
nice
Bill.
people. They're,
Right.
They're interesting.
Bill, listen. Who would you like to see as a guest on the show beside yourself?
Besides myself?
All right. Now you're gone.
Nobody.
You were giving him another chance.
I was
and that
giving him
really
another
nice.
chance, but you want to come on the show?
Don't you want to know what he's gonna say though?
I do.
No.
What?
No. No
No,
payoff.
he's not going to have
There'll be
anyone
no
beside
payoff,
himself.
Anderson.
All right, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah.
Beside yourself, who would you like to see on the show?
Oh, damn. I don't know.
All right.
Newfound Glory.
All right.
There you go, Anderson.
Is
You
he
ready?
saying Newfound Glory?
Yeah.
Bill, Newfound Glory?
Yeah, Newfound Glory.
All right.
there you go.
They'll be on Tuesday or Monday of next week.
See, there you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he
That
just
all
heard
worked
Adam say
out.
it too
Now
much.
he's happy.
Chad? Yeah, but he doesn't know he heard me say it. That's the beauty of the tard. the purity and the innocence of the tard. Chad, you're 16. What's up?
Yeah, well, first I would like to say that Bill wants me on the show, but, that's not going to work out.
Yeah. Who wants him?
See, Bill was going to
Oh,
propose
Bill.
Chad be on the
Right.
show.
Oh.
That was the
Wants
only
Chad
other
to be
person
on.
besides Bill that would be on the show.
All right
See,
there, Chad. What's up there, buddy?
Yeah, I have, these red pimplish-looking dots, on my scrotum.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'm in the shower, I can, squeeze them and they'll pop.
Yeah.
Nothing will come out, though.
Huh.
Nothing at all. There's no little hard thing in there?
kind of hard, but not like.
Well, hold on. How does something pop and nothing come out?
It's like, I can squeeze it, and then eventually it'll pop. I actually heard it pop once, and nothing came out, nothing that I saw.
Right.
Something had it. I've never popped something that didn't have something in it.
I mean, pop implies expulsion of something, even if it's air. But be that as it may, this might be molluscum contagiosum, and that should be looked at by someone, if that's in fact what it is. That's a virus that you can transmit. Are you sexually active?
Yes.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. I mean, on one hand, he's from Florida, and the average age of the male losing virginity
4.
Well, it's actually 5.5 now because they've started a new campaign, awareness campaign, but it's still with a family member.
Of course, rapid progress.
That's their next move.
Yeah.
Don't bang your own family. Chad, you having intercourse? You're just screwing around.
At first I just messed around, but I've only slept with one girl.
You put your Pepe inside her hoo-ha?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. But you didn't really finish, right? It was just kind of halfway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Halfway.
He has a kind of a technical thing that he likes to cling to. Drew, you're right. See, he was a virgin.
Yeah.
I like when guys do that too.
They create some technicality in their head. He broke the plane.
Yeah. Right. Whereas the woman doesn't count that.
Right. Of course not.
Right. Because we all know the difference between the team that's at bat and the team that's in the field. When the ball hits the foul pole, the team it's bat's like a home run, and the team in the field's like, oh no, that's foul. I mean, it all depends on what your angle is and who you're playing for and who you're rooting for. He's playing for the penis team. He wants everything to be a home run. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Allie Landry's our guest tonight. Spy TV, 8 o'clock, NBC, Tuesday nights. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. System of a Down coming in here a little bit later on this week. Papa Roach, Newfound Glory next week. Allie Landry's our guest tonight. You can find her on Spy TV Tuesday nights, NBC, 8 o'clock. Drew, did you know that after Allie moved to Los Angeles from a small town in Louisiana,
Thanks.
she did it to obtain her bachelor's degree from UCLA?
That's not even true.
Oh, it's not true?
That's not true.
True. You must be shocked that there's a part in a beautiful woman's bio that has to do with her schooling.
Well,
it's untrue.
It wasn't quite in depth enough. It should have been that she became a botanist and studied at
Right,
Caltech, got a PhD, and spoke 3 languages fluently.
Well, that's if she did one semester at UCLA, it would have said that
never
she
even went. Never.
But you
went to
moved
UCLA.
from Louisiana
after I
to
went.
go to thinking I might go to UCLA. You must have said to somebody, I was thinking about going to college
did you say,
when I moved out
I'm
here.
a Bruins fan. I love that you say football.
No.
Did you ever wear any light blue or
Gold?
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 No, I don't like that combo.
Did you ever do the
Anyway.
City Walk?
Huh?
You ever talk about Westwood?
You ever
The closest I got to UCLA was I lived in Westwood.
Well, that's
Okay,
enough.
there you go.
That's
There
enough.
you go.
By publicist standards,
That's going to UCLA.
But
That's magna cum laude.
I do have a year left. Because what happened was I won Miss USA. That's why I had to move to Los Angeles I had a year left of college. So I just spoke to my university in Lafayette.
Right.
And I'm gonna get it.
Yay.
So I'm excited.
what do you mean you spoke to them?
Well,
Beg
we
them.
communicated.
They'll give you that extra
No,
year?
You're
gonna go back?
I'm not gonna go back there, but I'm gonna, do the classes. I only have, it's only a
Oh, okay,
few
so
credits.
you get your degree.
So I'm gonna get my degree.
All right.
Which
But
is a good thing.
take
Yay.
this. It's actually good. See, this is what's diabolical about this. It doesn't say that you got your
I moved
diploma
to-
from UCLA. It says
from-
you
did it to obtain
To
it.
obtain
you
it.
did it to obtain
Moved
it.
here to obtain it.
Right.
Which means I was not very successful if they don't have
does-
that.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't
it
even- doesn't even-
implies that you did that you do obtain it or that you do possess
I'm
it.
still trying.
Yeah, I can't stand the publicist. I cannot stand the publicist when it comes to great-looking women because they always go way overboard with the education thing because they're scared that their clients are going to be perceived as dingbats.
Right.
When the reality is people will decide if you're dingbat or not by talking to you.
I don't even think it was them. I think it just kind of slipped in like way back when somebody did something and just kind of thought that
except for
was
you.
Except it's still in there.
Yeah, and you're not the only one that has stuff slipped in. You know what I'm saying?
well-
It magically happens to everybody.
Every hot
that's
chick
down
we
here.
have on the show was pre-med. And
No,
it turns out
medical school.
We had one chick on. We had one chick on the TV show that
Was it Robin
spoke
Gibb?
fluent
Oh, yeah.
French.
Supposedly.
That's what it says on the thing. So we sat
So
down.
you started to speak to her.
Yeah, our co-host at the time, Catherine, spoke fluent
yes,
French.
Catherine. Mhm.
Drew speaks fluent French.
So we sat down.
We
started
sat
talking.
down and I said, "Hey, you guys all speak fluent French? I said,
ahead.
What are the chances?"
Have at it.
And she was like, "Duh."
Then she goes, I don't really speak French. I went to France once.
Right, and I thought to myself, this is why I hate publicists. They're just so full of crap. They're just such horrible, crappy people.
I don't think-
Yes, they're horrible people.
I don't think it was intentional.
But look, get this off because it ends up on
It's
stuff.
going to be off. It's going to be off. But I have to tell you, something cool I just did was I just ran the Boston Marathon.
Well, that's
I don't know if I can believe that anymore.
I swear I did it.
Okay. All right, now put
Beginning
that
to
on and take
end.
the UCLA off.
4 weeks training.
Nice.
I'm very proud of myself, as you can tell.
Wow,
because-
that's amazing.
No, it is. 26.2 miles. No training.
Mario, numbers going up.
That's right.
There you go.
That's amazing. How long did it take you to do it?
It took me like 5 hours, 40-something minutes.
That's not bad time.
For no, I know. Well, no, it's not great. I mean, come on, this is like everybody finished in like 3 hours. We were like last on the list, but I finished, and I run, but I don't run
That much?
26.2
26 miles a
miles.
day? No. That's amazing.
like a 3 mile out run.
That needs to go on.
That needs to go.
the bio.
That'll replace the UCLA.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. And how many people, just because I'm on a crazy roll here, does this come up quite a bit, this UCLA thing?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. That's, again, why I want to kill the publicist.
Quite.
Got to bring it up all the time, and yet never take it off the goddamn thing. Yell at your publicist, would you?
No.
Retards. Leechy retards. They're like, publicists are like gay, stupid lawyers, which is about the worst thing you could ever say about anyone.
What does that mean?
I think publicists can be good.
No.
What is a gay, stupid lawyer mean?
Well,
Yeah.
it's just the worst of all combinations.
Oh, yeah, I see.
It's like lawyers. Publicists would be lawyers because they have the sort of BS mentality, but they're not smart enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Lawyers are horrible, horrible people, but you got to kind of give it to them that they're smart. Publicists they got all that, but the no smart part.
I see.
All right, Al, you're
Al,
18.
18.
Yeah.
You all right, Al?
Yeah.
You have a question?
Yeah, I discharged like I don't know, it's like a white gooey substance. It's really weird.
Yeah.
From where?
Well, originally it was from his boyfriend.
No, anal.
I guess he's reiterating your point, Adam.
Did you just say anal?
Yeah.
It was from anal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, that clears that up. As originally, it was from his boyfriend.
No, like I've had like safe sex.
You've had what?
Like I have safe sex all the time.
Uh-huh. Are you gay?
Bi.
You're bi?
Yeah.
You're bi,
Well-
you're not too smart. You could be a publicist.
I'll tell you what, that stuff you put out
It
there.
doesn't BS enough, though.
No, it's called mucus. That's just plain old mucus. And that some people do. They even constipated lately?
Yeah.
All right, that's what causes that.
Al, do you think you could wear some of those shoes that are flat in the front and have a big buckle on them and talk on a cell phone a lot?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to groom a.
But you're going to
Trying to get a new
bring 'em along?
publicist to come up. Yeah. But unless you're willing to change your hairstyle every couple of weeks and wear those big gay buckle shoes,
Then
no.
it's not happening.
No. So what was that, Drew? Little discharge there? What
Mucus.
was that? A mucus?
Yeah.
What should he do?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah. It's fine.
Fascinating. Jeff?
I want to go to Hawaii.
Yay! Yay!
Is that it?
What's up there, Jeff?
Unacceptable. How you doing, Adam?
Good.
Hey, Lisa, I think the show is great. Not to kiss your ass or anything, but I know how much you enjoy that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I tell you, I was listening the other night, and something else you did, that Botanica song that was some kind of Indian chief or something you were singing.
Yeah.
You need to do that again sometime. It's really great.
What was
Thank
it?
you.
I mean, he
Thank
was
you.
doing Indian chant, trying to determine if the nature of a relationship.
The joke started with a one of our dizzy 17-year-old males who couldn't understand that his female friend, who he was in love with for many years, did not love him.
No, was not in love with him.
And
loved him as a
he
friend.
kept repeating the kinds of things that she said to him, but he was having trouble translating them.
Right.
And I said that I would be the wind talker to translate the coded message that she was sending.
All
and then,
current on your movies, too.
Yes, very,
Good
very
job.
current.
Good job.
Yep. When I drive, I look at billboards, never the road. See what's going on. That's my.
Okay, so what'd you do?
Oh, so I
ADD
did my Indian wind talker guy, and I just wondered.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, nada chequea platonica, no girlfriend. She's interested in other guys. Yeah, hey. Yeah, we just, what was the other one?
Good.
Naivete. He who jacks alone.
I feel like we should be stomping around in this.
But
Yeah,
we're going to commercial. We can't.
Kanaya, heche wana kakaya platonica. Yeah. Just good friend.
Very good.
All right. Allie Landry is
So
our guest
entertaining.
tonight. Thank you, baby.
You're
Starting to
welcome.
warm up a little, right?
Mario, watch out.
Look out, Mario. Nanahe. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's joining us now?
We'll take a little break. Allie Landry is our guest, and we'll be right back after this.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line. The date line.
877-889-DATE.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Wow, 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 you can go, you can say bow wow, you can go, you can
We'll be right back.
Nanahe.
That's good salted.
I know Dan's moving on to another show, but he's still involved.
Yeah. Here we go.
Drew, don't talk to the guest right when the show's starting, God damn it. Why do you do that? They don't know the difference. No, not blaming you, baby.
Thanks.
But Drew, don't engage them when it's time to
fine.
talk.
No, it's okay. It's natural, We're talking and then we
Come
head
on.
to where we come on
I always
work,
look at.
and we actually look like we're, having conversation and
That's the
not
idea.
walking out the room whenever it's break
Nah,
time. It's
nah.
okay. Your tooth hurts.
I know, but come on, Drew. You don't want to come back from break? The regular conversation?
We're back, and we're going into regular conversation.
All right, then.
He's on.
I blame Drew. It's not your fault. This poor guest must be confused.
Jeff, 27.
One guy at the nappy hairs put his headphones on and looks like he's ready to start the show, but the other guy's talking to me. Huh. Wonder what to make of this. Well, it must not be starting. All right, Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't get to ask my question before. I was out playing softball the other day, and I just shaved my head like the week before. Forgot to put on a hat, and I've got a really bad sunburn on my head. It's like it's really tight, and it's leaking pus in a bunch of different places. And I was wondering how serious you thought that was.
It's serious enough that someone needs to look at it and figure out how to treat it. It may just be a matter of putting peroxide or betadine on it and keeping it clean.
Yeah, I've got like that solar cane with aloe stuff.
No. And if it needs that kind of thing, it should be an antibiotic ointment like Bactroban, something like that.
Okay.
But somebody needs to look at it. You need to see what kind of burn. Is secondary, third degree? Do you need Silvadine on there?
Can't he there's nothing he could buy over the counter, spread on there?
Neosporin.
Vitamin E or Neosporin?
Neosporin, possibly, but it
Like not like an aloe vera or something, no?
It couldn't hurt.
You can, yeah, it can.
So just a general practitioner?
Yes, any doctor could evaluate this, no problem.
Yeah, but he's not going to do anything. They never do anything. Stay out of the sun. I always like when they do this one. They tell you not to do what you did that got it in there. Yeah, I blew my ankle out playing hoops, Doc. I want you to take. Well, no more basketball. Yeah, okay, genius. I can barely walk. Drew, really? Should you really just tell them not to do what they did when they can't walk? No more 14-hour softball games with foil wrapped around your ears that reflects the sun. I guarantee you call me back. You tell me if it doesn't tell you not to go out without in the sun with the exposed hat, all right?
Okay, I'll do that.
Then he's going to tell you, next time, this is the other part I like. Next time you put on some sunscreen, SPF 30, or a cap. Okay. This is $200. What's next? And just keep it clean, and he's not going to do anything. All right? That's
Well,
my
listen,
advice.
Adam,
But go talk to him anyway, but just keep that in mind.
Okay, and if I know how much you love Cincinnati, but if you're ever in town, man, you ought to give me a call. We'll hook up for a football game or something.
All right, buddy. All right, Jeff. I get there, I'll look you up.
Good times, Jeff.
Jeff.
Put that in your Rolodex.
I'll just call information.
Oh, that's for
I'm
Jeff.
looking for Jeff.
Jeff in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati? Oh.
How many can
Cuss on his head.
Last name. Well, I don't know his last name. He enjoys football.
And he had a recent sunburn.
Softball.
Yeah. Well, no,
he said football.
He enjoys
he said
softball,
football.
but he wanted to take me to a football game. That's why I had a decision to make. I went with football. You're right, baby.
Okay.
I'm not denying you.
Okay.
We could still it could work.
Could work.
I get you 2 rings.
2.
Andrew.
This is Andrew.
Andrew, you're 27. What's up?
Hey, first I want to say your guys' show is great. I listen to it all the time, and I'm also a big fan of Spy TV.
Oh, good.
So, had to get that little plug in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Basically, I've been with my boyfriend for about 4 years, and his mom just found out that he was gay, and she is now. She was really cool with me. I'd met her. She lives a couple hundred miles away from us, so we went down to visit her a couple times. She was real cool to me before. Now, when I got on the phone recently with her after she'd found out, she's saying that I instigated it, that I trapped her son, that
oh boy,
I'm the Antichrist, and now she's sending pamphlets in the mail because she's a very religious woman.
Yeah.
And
now you're in Arizona, and you said you went down to visit her. She's not in Mexico, is she?
No. She's in this small little town outside of Tucson. We live in Phoenix, and it's about 200 miles away, but it's a really, really small town. She's Christian Pentecostal.
Yeah. Okay, well, she's a nut job. So good. She's nuts. You don't have to see her.
Well, yeah, but, I don't want to kill off his relationship with his mother either.
Why? He hates her, too.
Yeah, but...
She turned him gay. You should be thanking her.
That's the thing. He says, well, I don't care. I don't need a relationship with my mom because, my mom's completely the opposite. I come from a family that's very open with it.
She's
whereas
cool,
his
right?
family's very closed with it, and he says, well, I don't need her, and I don't want him to disconnect from her. I don't think that's right.
Why don't you just stay, you Andrews, just stay out of her crosshairs and let him deal with his mom?
I don't think that she's really prejudiced in the sense of being prejudiced. I think she's just uninformed, and since she was sending pamphlets from all these literature pieces that are very holy and godlike, and homosexuality is wrong, I was considering sending her some PFLAG material for her to be informed of.
Yeah, you send it to her, but don't say this is from your son's boyfriend.
What's the group's called? PFAG?
PFLAG.
Oh, PFLAG.
Parents for Lesbians and Gays.
Yeah. Sounds too much like PFAG.
Yeah, well,
I like to talk to them about changing that. But here's the problem, Andrew. I've said this to Drew many times. He listens sort of with half an ear on this one, which is I want religious zealotry to go down as a form of mental illness. I really believe it is. Whether it's these nut jobs from the Taliban wanting to blow people up because Allah says it, commands it, or whether it's these crazy born-agains. Right. It's a form of mental disability. It really is.
And I try to explain it to her.
No, you can't explain it to her, you understand? Just like you can't...
The first thing came out of her mouth was, oh, you guys... you gotta go get tested. I'm sure you have AIDS.
Yeah, listen.
And, I told her, I said, there are a few bad apples in every culture that screws it up for everybody else. I said, we're in a relationship where we're very happy. We're very
Don't talk to her. She's nut job.
Andrew.
She says it doesn't make a difference. You guys need. In fact, her exact words were, "You two need to break up and find some women to have sex with."
Oh boy.
And I said, "Wow, that sounds very religious there." let's be,
All right, listen.
Yeah, Adam's mom once said that.
Sign her off.
And he accused her of being religious.
Listen, everybody. I've really been giving this a lot of thought. As you know, I have crackpot neighbors, and the best day of my life is when I just told them to F off. I never had any more trouble with them. If you can't get through to somebody, if it ain't working, if they have unreasonable beliefs or demands, prejudices, things like that, don't try to reason with them.
Yeah.
How do you reason with somebody who doesn't have a reasonable stance?
Right.
Do you understand?
No, that's right. They will not reason with you or discuss
Her
with
stance is you're engaging in some blasphemous act with my son, therefore you'll go to hell.
Right.
You're going to start engaging them in a reasonable
you.
dialogue.
Well, and Andrew's unfortunate position is, well, she just needs more information. Not more information. No. It's not a cognitive problem.
Information doesn't help crazy people.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that sort of religious zealot guy. They think the Earth is 2,000 years old. You show them a piece of carbon dating that says it's 20 billion years old, and that information doesn't help them, does it? Right. That's part of being nuts. It's not listening to the truth, not paying attention to data and information.
Right.
Okay. When are we going to realize most of these religious people are just whack jobs, and we should not treat them with any reverence at all. Brittany, they should be ridiculed and made fun of for their beliefs. Brittany, go ahead.
Hi. I was just wondering why my vaginal discharge is tinted pink.
God's punishing you.
Did you just start a birth control pill or something?
Right.
No, I was on it a while ago, but not for like 6 months now.
Have your periods been irregular?
Oh no, they're just like clockwork.
Any chance you're pregnant?
Oh no, not even close.
And so you're having a bloody discharge.
No, it's not bloody. It's just pink.
But that's blood. That's probably blood.
Well, okay.
And it's a thick discharge, thin discharge?
It's just regular, as usual.
It's not tan. It's really pink.
No, it's pink.
All right. Well, when was your last pap smear?
I've never been to the gynecologist.
All right. Well, it's time to go. Because it could be an infection, could be a lot of different things. Are you sexually active?
Not currently.
But you had been?
Yeah, I had been.
Yeah, so it's important to get. I mean, if you're sexually active, especially, it's time to start getting pap smears anyway.
Okay. Well, if I were to go to the gynecologist and my mom knew I was going, seeing my parents don't know I'm sexually active, would the gynecologist have to tell my parents that I was sexually active?
He has to. He is required not to tell them anything. You to ask him not to tell them.
Okay.
As it pertains to reproductive health.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
You give him $20, keeps his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? That's how the gynecologists work on the street.
Okay.
All right, there.
Thank you.
All right, lady. Had the dentist looking in my mouth today. They always ask those...
Why does gynecologists make you think of someone looking at you?
I thought, you know what? We all have our crosses to bear. They asked me these questions. They asked me the question... do you, it's subtly insulting stuff. You eat a lot of mints or candy? Do you eat a lot of candy? You suck on a lot of, like, hard candy or mints or anything like that?
Cracked, huh?
It's like, no. It's like, you're very prone to cavities. I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's that tooth you're removing. I got this long list of why I got to kick my dad in the nuts. This is just one more thing on there. Yeah, and it's
What tooth?
This one. You see, it's a thing of silly
back
putty in my mouth. Yeah.
That's
Just
I
swollen
almost
in there.
lost that one too.
Here's another thing. And Drew, could there be any more greater illustration than the genetic hand and the teeth? And this is, I know it's a cause that I champion over and over again on this show, but everything is genetic, everything. And we're living in a society that refuses to believe that everything is genetic.
What do you mean, like teeth? Like what about your teeth?
Your tendency to cavity formation.
Oh, just cavity.
Has a genetic.
Some people don't have a filling. Other people have many. I'll tell you what, just like the way your teeth come in.
I have crooked teeth. My parents have straight teeth.
But did you ever have braces?
See, this one's crooked.
But
but I have Invisalign right now.
Yeah, but your teeth are almost perfect. I mean.
I know, but this is crooked.
No, I don't see any crooked in there.
It's crooked. You can see it from the side.
Yeah, you're a mess, honey.
See, it sticks out.
Don't open your mouth. You're a mess. You're a mess. You'll never work. You can't work until that's corrected. You can't work. How'd you
I
get...
see it on film. It's
You
like a
see
big
it.
snaggle
You see
tooth
it, but if
sticking
no one
out.
else sees it, then
I see
then
it.
you're well.
It
You see
sticks
it, but
out.
the Doritos people didn't see it.
No, because straight on you can't see it, but from the side you
Okay,
can.
but your mouth does not a problem make. That's like a Jewish way of saying that. Your
Does
mouth
not a
is
problem
good, right?
make?
Here's what I'm saying. Your cavities are genetic too.
Yeah.
I mean, see all these commercials about, oh, you got to brush, you got to floss, you got to use this, you got to use that. I've been brushing and flossing my ass off for like the last 10 years and using the rinse, and that doesn't make a difference. I'm prone to cavities. Why can't we just admit that? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want the people who don't get cavities to get credit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
when
must
they
be
when
doing
they don't
something.
get cavities, especially when you're a kid, they just love showing it off.
Oh, yeah. But I know adults that don't
cavity.
have a filling, and they don't do any. You never ask them.
Don't do anything.
You ask those adults what they do for their teeth, and they tell you the same answer the skinny ones do for their diet. Nothing.
Right.
I just do what I do. All right. Shouldn't you be writing a book on how not to get cavities then? Jennifer?
Yes.
You're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
Am I on the radio right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I just want to know if guys have gay tendencies, like, and if they do, or is it just that they're too macho to admit that they would even do that?
What are you talking
Gay
about?
guys have gay tendencies.
No, I mean, like, do all males, like,
No.
if they were pushed to that point where they were desperate enough, would they actually hook up with another guy?
No.
No.
Sure, are you guys serious?
Yeah.
No, we're lying.
Okay,
We're lying.
cool. I
I'm
just
blowing
had
through
to-
right now.
What about prison?
Through
No, I was
Amy.
just- I was just curious because,
that tends to bring things out in someone that might not have gone that way, but not every guy can be brought to that through prison.
Plus, that's people who are incarcerated. It's people that are violent, people that have
certain
boundary
population.
difficulties.
Right, already.
Yeah,
An
okay,
aggression
okay.
problem.
That explains a lot because my ex-boyfriend was incarcerated, so I guess that's why I'm a little suspicious. So.
What is your situation?
Well, I would rather not say because I kind of trust my boyfriend, but.
All right,
Then
shut up.
Fine.
Don't call the show. See ya. Great, she was on hold for 37 minutes. You'd rather not say. Fine. Megan,
Yeah?
you're 19?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Why do you say that?
Because
I'm hearing that voice.
Boy, oh boy.
Getting close to doing some gambling on you.
Did you hear that, Allie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we be gambling on your past?
What do you mean gambling on my past?
Do you, were you ever molested?
No. Not even close.
Physically beaten?
No. I have a very, very close relationship with both my parents, and I grew up normal.
All right. No weirdo cousins do anything to you?
No, but I'm 19 and I look like I'm about 14, so.
All right, so maybe there is such a thing. So
Just a little genetic thing. I like that. I pay those chicks extra.
God.
My question is, I just found out that I'm pregnant, and this is actually my second pregnancy. I miscarried a few months ago.
All right.
And
Why is this happening? Why are you getting pregnant?
Hold on, Drew. Let me talk to Drew.
No. I mean,
Oh.
why aren't
I
you
thought
doing
you didn't
something
know.
to prevent pregnancy?
yeah, no. That's the first time. My boyfriend and I were. I mean, it's a stupid mistake. We were both drunk. It was New Year's, and it happened. You know, we didn't use a condom or anything, and I have really emotional side effects when I'm on Depo and birth control, so I
All
got
right.
off of them.
All right. And the second time?
And the second time, the condom broke.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's why it's
So-
happening.
So now what?
Why don't you use the morning after pill?
Why didn't I? What? I'm sorry.
Use emergency contraception, the morning after pill. You never heard of this?
No, I have heard of it. I just the emotional problems that I went through.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you're only on the pill for 12 hours when you take the morning after pill.
I thought you had to take it for I thought you took it for a week.
No, you take one dose and the second dose 12 hours later, and that's it. You won't have all those side effects.
They didn't get into that with you when you had your first abortion?
I didn't have an abortion. I miscarried.
Oh, okay.
But no one
All right.
talked to you about it when you went back into the evaluation for that?
No, because when my boyfriend and I, when we went through this, we decided that, abstinence was the best thing, and it worked. It went really well, and then
Pal.
one time. Like, I'm not kidding you, the one time.
Right. It worked like
happened.
a charm. You're
Yeah.
you're pregnant 9 months later.
Morning after pill prevents
Talk about
ovulation, prevents pregnancy. Keep it in your medicine cabinet in case there's another accident, Megan.
It breaks my heart that the young tards of this nation don't know about this because of the man keeping it down, boy. You religious retards. Stop it already. Jesus Christ.
My problem comes is that my boyfriend and I have been very on and off again for like 3 years. And when I told him the first time with the first pregnancy, he was very unresponsive, very unsupportive. You know, it was really hard for him.
Right.
He has a lot going on with his life right now with his career, and
Right.
it was just a hard thing for him to go through to, try to understand.
And now,
what's happening now?
And so now he's okay with it, but he doesn't want me to keep it. And
Well, what do you want to do? It's your
He's
decision.
delighted. He just wants her to have an abortion.
It's your decision.
I know it's my decision, but my question is that I don't know if my decision comes from him, because like I don't want to bring a baby into this world where the father is not going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's
Therefore.
that's not a bad factor.
I mean, just because my dad is my best friend, and I
No.
can imagine doing that. I mean, having a child and didn't have a father in their life.
Your dad's your
But-
best friend? That's always creepy. I barely like my dad. Drew hates his dad, too. And we hang out with him because there's her familiarity, but she's your best friend.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I tell him everything, and
No.
my dad's very open and very, very.
Gay? Is he gay? He's got to be gay.
No.
That's gay.
No.
Oh, yes.
No, he's not.
He's bi.
He's
Is it
actually getting married in August.
to a guy?
No.
Does he wear a scarf? He
No.
wears an ascot, doesn't he?
What?
An ascot? I should
What's
know what
that?
that is. Dickie? No, you don't know what that is.
No,
I guess
I don't
people
know.
have lost touch of a
Clothing.
neck apparel. Yeah. All right, listen, Megan. Why don't you go over to like Planned Parenthood, bring your boyfriend with you, bring your openly gay father,
and sit and talk about
and
it.
sit down.
Are you
going to
talk with your dad about the pregnancy?
He knows already.
Oh my goodness.
He was there. He
nice.
was there when the condom broke.
Inspecting, good.
It's just just kind of watching.
Look for the areas, fill that space.
What is it about? Can gay guys wear a wedding ring on their wedding finger and not be married to a dude, but just sort of wear it as a
ring or
sort of a
something?
beard sort of ring?
It was a commitment of some type.
Can
As
you
a
do
sort
that?
Of what sort of ring?
Beard.
Oh, well,
Can you do that?
I'd say they would.
Why?
Why they could?
Why are you asking that?
No, because I think Christopher Lowell, the
Oh yeah, I
voice
know
you
who he
just
is.
heard, yeah, I mean, he's dynamite.
I can do it, they can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, he's dynamite.
I watch him sometimes.
It's great. You save a ton of money. You take you find just a cheap card table that you could get at almost any Walmart or Kmart.
Uh-huh.
You cover it with foil,
Fabric.
cover it with fabric.
Always fabric.
You use that hot glue gun.
Oh yeah.
That hot glue gun is it's like the gay man's like 6-shooter. That is the gay man's tool, that hot glue
And
gun.
the staple
It's phallic shaped, and a hot gooey white substance comes out of the end of it. I'm convinced that's what the attraction is. They just think orgasm penis every time they pull the trigger on that thing, and it's a way for them to actually have a tool, but not really, because they're kind of chicks with the tools. You know what I mean? But here's something that plugs in. I get the hot glue gun. I'm going to put the foil around this. Then I'm going to put the patina. They love the patina.
Oh,
put the patina. Then I'm going to start sticking stuff and stenciling stuff. And it's like,
decoupage.
I made this entire table, this end table, and it only cost $27. Yes, but you got 750 man hours into the goddamn thing. That's what I want to scream. And if you're worth 50 cents an hour, you're at $500 with this table now. Just go buy it, please. Just go. It's like
an original.
I buy PVC pipe and I put putty around it every 3 feet, and then I paint it up. It looks like bamboo. It's like, go get some real bamboo. Stop making everything look like something.
You watch, don't you?
Of course I watch.
He came and got me out of the shower once to watch this man.
The Christopher Lowell
Yeah.
show.
He goes, bang, we were at a hotel room in, where the hell were we? In Iowa. You got to see this guy. This is the gayest man in America. You've got to see him.
And all of America
Yes.
watches him.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge with the chicks.
Yeah, I watch him.
Yeah, guys don't watch.
It's creative.
Yeah, so you women are so attracted to that sort of nonsense part of life. They're building something,
I
you're doing
love
nothing.
that. I love that.
People sending in pictures.
Oh, yes.
She put a Star Wars theme in her child's rumpus room, and he's got the telestrator out. He's circling things, and then he does skits.
Oh, did you? He sure does do
Gay
skits.
guys love skits. They
Gets
love
all
theater.
dressed up.
He's
The Playhouse. He does the Playhouse.
He's Anne Boleyn, everybody.
Then he does the little old lady with the little
Oh,
hair.
shocking. He's in drag. Shocking.
Little details. It's those little details that make the home yours.
They're the worst goddamn skits ever, but he has to do them.
It's his show. He could do what he wants.
I know, but he should really needs a producer tell him, look, those things are lame. They're not funny. You got to stop doing them.
Those skits are new, like since he went on Discovery Channel.
Oh, yeah. They're fresh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. He must spend seconds writing those things.
More at the heart than the head.
All right.
He does the voices, everything.
He does the voice. He does gay voice number 1, gay 2, gay 3, actually through 10. Gay. Yeah. Okay. He's a talent. No, I enjoy watching the show. I really do.
I am not gay.
I learn a lot about patina. Allie Landry's our guest tonight. Spy TV, Tuesday nights, NBC, 8 o'clock. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
LoveLine will be right back. Call them at 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800. Well, forget about that phone number. Allie Landry's our guest tonight. Allie's got herself a little TV show called Spy TV, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. I'm NBC. I'm sure you've seen all the commercials. I got a nice big knot on my jaw from where my tooth was removed today. I'm getting irritable now, Drew.
You've been in good spirits all night, though. It's nice.
Yeah, I've been a
You're
delight.
hanging in there.
It's mental.
Got to get some of that Vicodin in me.
You probably already have some in. That's probably why the
I
spirits
got
are
some
so-
in there, yeah.
This is why codependents keep their partners loaded. They're much nicer when they're
Drew,
left up.
let me ask you a question, a serious question about the booze and the Vicodin. And as you know, I suggested
I forgot to call the hospital. Jesus Christ.
2 warning labels, by the way, Drew.
Yeah.
The they have the no boozing. They got the no boozing label on certain certain medications, right? But on some of them, it just activates them.
Right.
Yeah, it kicks them in.
Right.
It supersizes them, and that means game on. And then there's other ones, your liver will explode if you drink with this thing.
Yeah.
I need to know the difference, and I think society needs to know the difference. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know many a guy who will take a pill and go, oh yeah, put down it with a beer. You're in good shape.
Like antibiotics.
Not a good idea. But,
Yeah,
but
but-
Flagyl, absolute no-no.
But you can't get high off of those. I'm saying the stuff you get high off.
The stuff you get high off of, it's really just a sedation issue.
No, but then what about something like,
Like a
Vicodin
Vicodin
and the
with the,
Tylenol? No?
Nothing?
That's not an issue?
If you're a chronic alcoholic, it's an issue the same way you shouldn't be taking any Tylenol. But that's it.
You're saying you could do a Vicodin in a cocktail and it's not going to screw up your liver? No?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not?
Absolutely no problem.
Oh, really? Okay, babe. Hey, what are you doing after the show? Coming to my house for drinks and Vicodin? Huh?
I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh, you'll sleep.
I have to wake up early, 6:45.
Oh, I'll get you out of there.
Interviews. You're going to be knocked
Screaming.
out. Vicodin
Yeah, that's going to be
in
good.
your cocktail.
That's all right, babe. I have my own party.
All by yourself.
And you know what? Even if you're not there, you're going to be there.
Okay.
Uh-huh. There's nothing you can do about it.
Jen, 19.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Okay, my question is mostly for Dr. Drew. I'm actually about ready to go into medical school right now, and I'm also in a very serious relationship. I live with my boyfriend, and I'm concerned about its effect on my relationship at medical schools. And I've heard just horror stories about how you shouldn't be in a relationship because you're going to be dedicating way too much time. My question then is...
In my entering medical school class, not a single relationship that started that journey finished it.
Really? Oh.
And the first 2 years are no big deal, because you're just studying psychology again still.
Right.
It's just a little more time intensive.
You're just studying psychology?
I'm studying
Did you say that? You're just
No.
studying what?
My BSs are in biology and
Shut up.
chemistry.
Drew, what'd you say? Your first 2 years?
You're just like in college again. It's like
I thought you said studying.
You're studying and you're just studying.
You're just
It's
studying.
more intensive, but
There
it's
wasn't a
more
word
time.
that came
more
after that?
time
I thought it was-
intensive. I said, but it's
Oncology, did you say?
Okay, so Drew, do you know...
Am I going nuts? Allie, you going nuts
I
still?
thought it was psychology, but
That's what I thought he
didn't-
said.
Mm-mm.
No, I just said just studying.
Do you know what, Jen?
All right, you just heard psychology too, though, right?
I thought I
Okay.
did.
Jen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was also going to
Genius
say...
and a model, both say you're wrong.
If I,
Not a
because
model.
my relationship is very, very important to me, and like you said,
Folks,
I
model.
mean, I'd like to think that, well, if it's going to work out,
Post.
it's going to work out regardless of what I do, but like you just said, the statistics are totally against it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I decide not to go, which is actually...
Decide not to go to medical school?
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Where are you going now?
What do you mean, where am I going? I'm
Where'd
going to USC for medical school.
And where did you graduate from?
I'm going to be done with UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Allie Landry alumni. If you
That's
feel
right.
like
How old is he? How old is
Join the pack.
How old is your boyfriend?
He's 25. He's out of school and...
And you're going to sacrifice your career for this relationship. Interesting.
Well, I could still have a healthy career. It's not like I'd be, a failure to society. I still have two
No.
bachelor's degrees that I
No, look.
Go to school.
Look, just go on with your dreams of medical school. And it depends how the guy is. Because, look, if you're like me and you don't like to see your old lady too much, then this a godsend.
Dan, and you know, just because you get your MD doesn't mean you have to go to residency, which is when things really fall apart. And you get on
Just
through.
move ahead and go with it. You see the guy on the weekends.
Yeah.
And you do it like many other couples that have very demanding schedules.
Jeez, I really think that a lot of the reason those things don't work out, those relationships didn't work out, it's not so much about the time. It's about how much you change in the process of medical school.
Plus,
You're a
once,
different person.
once a guy becomes a doctor, he realizes, hey, it's open season on
No,
Boontown.
in
Yeah.
fact, I
Yeah.
can't think of a single guy that was in
True.
a relationship.
That's
It
true.
was all women in relationships that didn't work out.
Uh-huh.
In my medical school class.
Yeah, but still. See how that always
I'm
works?
serious.
All right, let's talk to Mike. We got to wrap this show up. I got a little pain setting in now. And
All right.
I got to get onto my Vicodin. I should have brought it with me.
Mike?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering what could cause motivation, because I haven't done any drugs or anything in my entire life, and I just have a serious lack of motivation to do anything.
Well, that can be depression, right?
Well, I've thought about that, but I'm generally happy all the time, and I've seen a therapist, and he doesn't really think it's depression.
Okay, what do you mean by motivation? What does that mean to you?
Like, to get a job, I know I have to get one, but I have no motivation to go out and look for one.
Do you have slacker parents?
Sort of. My mom's a little mentally abusive. My dad's pretty religious, and of course, they never got married. So.
Do they work hard? Are they hard working?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to be a little bit hungry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's motivating him? In other words,
If you're
does he
taken,
have to?
if you're kind of taken care of, then screw it. It's like anything in life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're not hungry.
They need to throw you out into the water.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I don't like to take advantage of people, and I don't want to be hit head on with life and not be able to, survive on my own. So I'm trying to prepare myself, but I have no motivation to do it.
Yeah.
No reason to do it either.
There's
it
no
sounds
reason
like.
to do it, right? Well, look, you're going to move out of the house soon enough, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going to high school now?
Yeah.
And you're a senior?
I'm going into my senior year.
Oh, yeah, what the hell is it? School's out, isn't it? Or it's going to be out?
Yeah, basically. Why don't you focus on doing well in school and
Yeah.
getting away to college, not worrying about work?
Well, that's what I am doing that, but
All right.
it's just
All right, I know what'll do it. You play any sports?
just marching band.
Ooh. How about you take up a sport like swimming or something, or cross-country running or wrestling? Something that makes you dedicate yourself a little, stick to it. You know, that kind of thing, like when you think you're ready to quit, you go one more mile. That kind of stuff builds you up.
Yeah, coach is on your ass all the time.
Right. toughen
The
you up.
martial arts or
Yeah,
Yeah.
something you enjoy, something you have a little bit of passion for. Boxing.
Well, I used to be in baseball,
Yeah.
but I think this is like a reason.
Baseball doesn't. Baseball's really one of the only sports that doesn't embody any of those things.
What's that? The reason what?
Well, I mean, the reason I have no motivation to do sports is because at my school they have really bad coaches, and my teammates were racist, and my coach didn't even acknowledge that they were. I watched him listen to them calling me the N-word, and it was.
Oh, you're black?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're no count. That's all. That's no problem.
All right.
I was just kidding. I was making a racial joke myself, man. Listen, you had players on your team calling you nigger, and your coach heard it and did nothing about it.
Right.
And they were calling you that, your own teammates.
Yep.
Not
just to your face.
Yeah.
Like trying to provoke you in a fight, or just how were they doing it?
Well, they were just making fun of me because, I don't know, there were a lot of people on the team, so I didn't get to play much, so they obviously just had to find something to do. So they just decided to pick on me, and I couldn't do anything or else I would have gotten kicked off the team. And
Wow, if you're
They just decided to start calling you nigger, your teammates?
I think I think this is terribly serious, by the way, Mike.
It is.
You might
if it went down, I'm sure it didn't go down this way, but if in fact it did, then it is serious.
Yeah, well, I talked to my mom about it, and I asked her why well, the thing is, my mom, like I said, she was verbally abusive and mentally abusive. She told me not to say anything during the season and wait till the season was over.
Right.
And the coach was retiring after that season, so
All right.
he didn't really get fired or anything.
Well, look, this is baseball, but what about another sport? How about football?
Well, first of all, also, if you aren't depressed, I don't understand why not.
Yeah,
You know,
why aren't you
abusive
depressed?
parents, you've got abusive peers. It's just I'm getting depressed hearing the story, and I'm getting enraged. And if that rage doesn't come out, that's another thing to make you depressed.
Oh, I thought it meant you had an erection.
No, enraged.
Oh, that's
Not-
engorged.
yeah, it's
engorged.
engorged,
I'm sorry. Mike.
Yeah.
Anyway, are all the coaches are racist at the school?
No, it was just that one.
All right. Well, why don't you try out for the wrestling team or the cross country team or the football team or something else?
Well, it's the reason I don't do that is because I have like pretty much unsightly marks. I have like stretch marks on my arm and stuff. So I mean, I don't feel like being ridiculed even more.
Who's gonna ridicule you?
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Just there's a lot of popular people at my school. They make up kind of the majority. It's a rarity, but it happens. And so
Hold on. No. The popular people can't make up the majority.
Well,
it doesn't work mathematically.
It's just a small school, I guess. They have a
All
lot.
right, is it like a private school or something?
No.
All right, here's what's going on, Mike. A, I do think you sound kind of depressed. B, I'm not saying that there's not racism that exists, but if it ain't racism, it's stretch markism. There's something going on where you're finding all of this and finding reasons why you can't do anything, can't participate, can't engage.
Paranoia.
Yeah, I mean, you will find this, people. If you think there's any ism out there and you're looking for it, you'll find it.
Couldn't you do it outside of school?
Oh, I don't know. I think
Forward or
Mike needs a
something?
little therapy.
Yeah,
There's something going on with
yeah,
Mike.
He's seeing a therapist. That's good.
All right, stick with the therapist.
Because it's not lack of motivation. It's that he throws up a roadblock in front of
Right.
every single suggestion, idea, possibility.
Yes, and look, and it's, I may just be Whitey here refusing to open my eyes, but I really, in this day and age, I don't believe that he's on a bus with a bunch of white kids and they're going, "Hey nigger, sit down," and the coach is going, "Well, that's acceptable." And what are the kids doing it for? You know what I mean?
I mean, he'd be a rich man if that really. I mean, he'd have a suit on his hands.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying I'm not saying stuff doesn't happen. But it's just sort of wholesale this way, and no one says anything. I played on teams, and white guys wouldn't go for it. I mean, they'd say to the guy who said it to knock it off. The coach would say something. The bus driver would say something. And now we can't play football because of his stretch marks. Something's up. Okay. Should we take a break?
Yep.
We'll do that. We'll be right back.
Hello? Is this LoveLine?
Call 1-800-LOVE-191. Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back.
there, buddy. LoveLine. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, Allie Landry is our guest tonight. Spy TV, 8 o'clock, NBC, Tuesday nights. I was just getting Allie hot talking to her about my tools.
Yeah, it kind of scared me.
I
He
get
said
excited.
he's more than a handyman.
It's an insult.
It's an insult
to me to be called a handyman.
Well, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A guy who could do things around the house, that could take care of things, that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. No, this is more than take care of, baby. This is build the house.
This is build, tear it down, build it again.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it is. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter.
Electrical, plumbing.
It does not matter. That's all I did.
That's great.
There ain't nothing I can't do. Brandy? Yeah. And I could do it for you, baby.
Okay.
Brandy, you're 17.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I'm a little bit pissed off about some stuff that you've had on your show tonight.
Okay, baby. Go ahead and tell us.
I don't understand why you're bashing religious people and saying that it should be classified as a mental disorder. I don't approve of you bashing gays and lesbians. I don't approve of you telling a guy who's black to go find a different sport to play because his coach is prejudiced. I don't think that's his problem. And
Well, he wanted another sport. Well, I told him not to play baseball because it doesn't embody any of the things I was trying for him to get out of sports. That's the first thing I told him. Meaning, I told him to take up wrestling, take up long distance running, take up something where he could get some work ethic going, some discipline going. And he brought up baseball, and I said, no, baseball's the one sport you don't get that out of. You just sit around all day. And, yeah, we told him. I didn't really believe it went down the way he said it went down, number one. But number two, we told him to tell his coach, tell the principal.
That they'd be a rich man if it actually happened.
Yes. I didn't believe it went down the way he said it went down.
Yeah, well,
What else, Brandy?
I have a big problem with the bashing on the religions, and I have a big problem with the bashing on the gays and lesbians thing.
I don't
It's
bash.
all about acceptance of people. It's not about bashing them because they're different from me.
Nah, we're a little too tolerant in this country. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I don't think we are too tolerant. I don't
Yes.
think you can be too tolerant of people.
Oh, yes, you can.
No, really.
Yeah, you get too tolerant. I'll tell you what happens. You get the 20th goddamn terrorist, and we can't open the guy's laptop and get the computer information out because we're too tolerant. That's what
You learn
happens.
to accept people for their differences. You can't just sit there and put somebody down because they're different from you.
All right. Listen, here's the thing. I said that religious zealotry, not people that were sort of spiritual or just your run-of-the-mill Christians or Jews, but the people who are Hasidic Jews or the born-again Christians, yes, I would like this to be looked at as a mental disorder.
Why?
Well, it displays all of the classic traits of a mental disorder, except for they hide behind their religion. Go hang out with some Hasidic Jews. Watch these nut jobs with their beards down to their ankles, not working all day, not being able to use electricity on Saturdays, taping these cardboard boxes to their heads, and just mumbling.
What is the problem with that?
The problem is it's a form of it's a mental disorder.
The problem is you can't learn to accept things that are different from the way you are.
What about the Taliban?
Yeah, the Taliban is a little bit
What's
extreme
wrong?
in their stuff. Yes, they shouldn't have done what they did.
Why can't we accept
But I
them?
respect somebody a little more for having the guts to stand up for their faith, and I respect somebody who sits there and puts everybody down because they're religious or because they're gay or because they're this or because they're that, just because they're different.
Listen, I don't put anyone down because they're gay. I love the gays. It's just funny. That's all.
What's so funny about it?
Well, with the whole penis in the ass thing. I mean, it's a crack up to the straight guys.
It's a way of life for
Let's
some
face
people.
it. I know. Please. Listen, you got to have a little sense of humor, baby. What are you, 17 years old?
Yes, I am.
Jesus Christ, you sound like Miss Hathaway from the Beverly Hillbillies.
You're fat.
17, baby. Lighten up. What's your religion?
I'm Christian.
Okay, so that's fine. You just keep it to yourself and everything's good.
No, it's not a keep it to yourself kind of thing.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Christians should not force their beliefs on other
That's
people, but
right.
at the same time,
That's right.
you shouldn't just keep it yourself, you know.
Sure.
And I don't agree with people putting people down because of that.
Well, listen, when they get a little nutty with it, they got to be put down. That's all. They get enough perks, us Christians. What about us atheists? What do we get?
You get as much as anybody
No,
else.
we get nothing.
Like what? What do you mean you don't get anything? What is it that Christians
Where's our tax breaks? How dare you?
Oh, hell, you know what? That's your problem.
All right, listen to me, Screwball. Have fun with that religion of yours. I'll do the radio. You talk to God. We'll see you. You're virgin, right?
Yes.
Good. You keep that going. You're straight, right? You like guys.
Yes, I do.
That's all good. All right, and as a Christian, you should be with me in making fun of the gays. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't. You know, there's a lot of people that do in the Christian church, but I
Right.
choose to accept people for who they are and accept people for what they are and not criticize them because they're a little bit different from me.
Well, that's what you do. I like to criticize people for being different. I just think there's too much tolerance in this country. That's all I'm saying. I want people to shut up. Just get in line. That's what I'm looking for. All right, you guys. Drew's all talk when we're on the cell phone on the ride home, but he's a huge puss on the air. Doesn't want to say anything. Look, here's what we respond to on this show. And Drew, I think you can back me up on this. I don't care what you are. I really don't. I honestly don't. I love the gay guys. And I love the black man, and I love the Chicano man. I especially love the Asians because they're not troublemakers. They just get that. They just take care of business and shut up and go home. But if you want to stick out as what you are, you want to be flamboyantly gay, you want to be over-the-top black, you want to be over-the-top whatever you are, it bothers me. And it bothers me this way with white guys. I see a guy walking around with his shirt undone to here and the Italian horn cross hanging and the lift kit on his Ford F-250 truck, and I think, what a dick. I hate that guy. Now, do I hate him because I hate white guys or I hate heterosexual guys or I hate trucks? No, I hate anybody who advertises. That's who I hate. I hate women for that too. I don't like the crazy tattoo guy. I don't like the nipple piercing chick. I don't like any of these people. And I don't like it when they advertise and then complain society has it out for them. That really pisses me off. You want to be a little bit of a freak and then somebody doesn't hire you? That's not prejudice. That's you being a freak and freaking people out. That's fine. Yeah, it happens sometimes that people don't do it just because you're black or just because you're Jewish or just because you're gay. That happens sometimes. Not nearly as much as we like to make it seem in this country. Thank you.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Dateline. You looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE. Call the Dateline.
Oh yeah, everybody now.
LoveLine will be right back.
All right. That's the show, everybody. Allie Landry, I want to thank her for coming in here.
Thank you.
And tell everyone to watch Spy TV.
Yes, please watch. Very funny.
8 o'clock Tuesday nights, NBC. I got to get
Very
myself
good.
a little Vicodin. Thank God.
You haven't forgotten about that.
No.
Oh, are you kidding?
Thank God I was smart and buried some by the side of the 10 freeway so I don't have to go all the way home.
Good.
It's my new plan is that I bury...
At the halfway point?
I buried prescription drugs and $20 bills all over the Southland.
And the $20 bill?
Yeah, lap dance, something like that.
Just for
emergency lap dance, as I
Break
say.
only.
Yeah, I don't,
Break in case
those,
of.
those strip club ATM prices, through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Through the roof.
Good.
$5 surcharge. All right, Allie, good times, baby.
Good times.
You go to bed tonight, you think about me swinging a hammer. Just
Scary.
wearing the belt, nothing else, just the belt.
Thanks.
And bending over.
The visual.
Picking up a nail.
Not a hair out of place.
Yep.
Perfectly groomed.
Parted right down the middle like Rudy Valley. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. I may just be Whitey here refusing to open my eyes. Right.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.